All right. UFC this weekend, you got Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier. This is one of those fights where it's like, if you don't know about this fight, if you don't like this fight, if you don't care about this fight, excuse me, you can't be a real MMA fan. So, honestly, when you start to break it down, you know, like I really like both of these guys, man. It's really hard for me to choose one over the other, like who I want to win or whatever like that. But who I think is going to win, I gotta go with Dustin, man. And the reason is I just feel like he got the cleaner, crisper boxing. Like I just feel like he's been in wars enough to weather storms and like stick it out to the end and overcome the obstacles in the fight or whatever. Like if you look at the Dan Hooker fight, like that was a war, but like he was getting touched up in that fight, but he was able to weather the storm and bring it back and get the dub. Paying attention to it, the only people that he really have problems with is like the likes of Khabib, Charles, submission artists, basically what I'm saying. Like people that are known to submit you. On the other hand, Justin, like everybody knows, like he wants to stand. He's the kind of guy that has wrestling, but he wants to stand and bang. You know what I'm saying? And that being the problem with this fight, because as much as he's improved, as much as he's like shown a lot of glimpses of like a real technical MMA fighter, he still does a lot of mistakes. He still overthrows. He still is willing to give one to, take one to give one. I mean, looking at the Fiziev fight, like he didn't bring out the jab like constantly until the third round. And it's like, bro, if you brought this out in the first two rounds, you probably would have got a TKO, because Fiziev, once you brought the jab out, it was like he had nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at that fight, plus other fights like the Michael Chandler fight, etc., like he ducks his head way too much. And if you pay attention, Dustin Poirier has developed this uppercut little mentality thing, or at least a little shovel hook like he did on Conor, that if you duck your head and he throws that, he got you, bro. He got you. So I really just feel like Dustin has the more technical abilities to get the job done here. If you look at who they both fought, like they have a lot of fighters in common. Like they got Michael Chandler, they got Khabib, they got Charles Oliveira, Michael Johnson. In the Michael Chandler fight, the difference is Dustin finished Michael Chandler while Justin went to war with Michael Chandler. And, you know, it was a decision, but I mean, it was a pretty clear decision. But nonetheless, like Dustin was able to, you know, capitalize on those moments. And in that fight, like I said earlier, Dustin got rocked in that fight. And to be completely fair, if you look at that fight again, which I watched it again, and Dustin, when he was in trouble in that fight, it was because of a headbutt when Michael Chandler decided to shoot for a takedown. It was a head clash, and then he started just wailing on Dustin afterwards. So that's something to be considered there. I think I should bring it up. And if you really pay attention to it, Dustin, as much as the fight was decisive, it was still a war. And it was like, if you look at it, he was over swinging in that fight at times and doing. It's like, I just feel like Dustin is cleaner, bro. He's just cleaner. That's as simple as that. I mean, you go to the Khabib, like Dustin gave Khabib quite the run, and he almost subbed Khabib, and Khabib said it. And Khabib, tell.
He's a great opponent. He punched me a couple times, but I control everything. Only one thing, it was very close. This is guillotine. First time, it was very good guillotine. But I expect him from him, because I watch all his fights and I know he is all the time going to guillotine. And you know, like first time it was close, second time I give him, because I feel he lost so much energy, so much power because of guillotine. And you know, this is like part of the game, how I can play with my opponents. Not many people can understand this.
But Justin, he did really well with the leg kicks in that fight, but it wasn't like he had Khabib in any kind of real trouble. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like in the Charles fight, And this is what I really want to say about this. And I think that this could make a tremendous difference in their fight, because both of them rocked Charles. Neither one of them were willing to take it to the ground with Charles, understandably. But like Dustin did, when he rocked Charles, Charles fell, and he jumped into Charles' guard and started giving him a couple a little ground and pound. But he was like, nah, I'm not doing this with you. I know what's gonna happen. Justin didn't even think to jump in his guard. He was just like, nope, get your ass up. And I was like, oh, that's that on that. But I feel like both of them stood a chance of winning that fight if they decided to jump in his guard. You should have been doing your work, bro. Doing your work. Now, the Michael Chandler fight, let's be honest, it ain't much of a reason to bring it up. They were both young when they fought Michael Chandler. And Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson is the kind of guy that he might KO Francis Ngannou, but then get subbed by Angela Hill in the next fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's just how he is, man. And it's like, it's really not worth bringing up, but I still feel like it's something to take a look at. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make your decision, maybe you don't want to go Dustin Poirier, you want to go Justin Gaethje. Hey, look at that fight. See if it does anything for you. But anyway, I got Dustin in this one, and I would highly recommend that everybody check out his hot sauce. This is not an ad, but Dustin, it could be if you want it to be. But yeah, I got at least 3 bottles of that, and I think it's a really good thing to have, bro. For real. Like, I had it on my chicken, had it on... I've used it on quite a bit of stuff, actually. But anyway, neither here nor there. I got Dustin in this. Who you got? Put it down in the comments. Let me know. I want to see what everybody else talking about, because maybe you might sway my opinion. Like, I think I got a pretty clear understanding of, I think Dustin has this. Like, I think if they get in a clinch and they go like, Dustin's going to come out on top, bro. I just see it. I just feel it. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.